Welcome back to the Leanne
and Ryan's
Interviews. And today for our Diass Interviews, we have Mrs.
Irish Joy Etchem, the guidance designate of Bugu National High School.
Hello ma'am, we are very glad to have you today. I am Leanne Christine Ugsod.
And I am Ryan Alpala.
And we are very pleased to have you today for our counseling interviews. Now, Ryan, why won't you ask ma'am about her occupational background and her contribution to counseling?
So, hi ma'am, can you please tell us more about yourself?
Well, I am a graduate of Diass Psychology from Xavier. That's the reason why I was assigned in the guidance office. I was hired the year 2014, and then the principal assigned me to the guidance office to assist our guidance designate then, and then when she retired, I was given this task until now.
Okay, that is amazing background of yours, ma'am. And how many years have you been teaching or counseling?
In the office, I've been here for more than 10 years already.
Okay, that is amazing. That is an amazing 10 years plus of you being a counselor. Now, in those 10 years of yours, ma'am, what do you think is your role as a counselor?
I am here as a person who understands and who listens without judgment. Now, a lot of our students really are having problems. It's real. And when they come to the office, I make it sure that I listen without judgment. Because when they feel that I cannot be trusted, and one thing also that I'd like to share is, I always make it sure that there is confidentiality in the office. So whatever they share to me, especially if it's very personal, and they ask me to keep it, nobody else will know about it. Okay? But of course, we know already as guidance designate when is the time that we break confidentiality. Always we break it for the good of the student, not for my own end nga makabalo ang uban. So I'm here to let them know that no matter how life gets harder and harder sa ila as a student, there must be a person that they can talk to. That's just my playing job, yun. I will just be here to listen to them. Because a lot of them really are carrying a lot of problems, baggages sa school, sa home, personal. When they come here, I make it sure that they feel better because I listen without judgment.
So, with those 10 amazing years, ma'am, there's a lot of students who come here in your office with different problems. So, what is the usual or common problems or struggles students have?
Well, after the pandemic, many students really suffer from mental health issues. That's of course the result of what happened to us for those, I think, 2 years of being locked in our homes. And then when they come out, they are adjusting to the real world. And another factor to that is the problems that we have in our society regarding our families. So parang hinahinay na our families is being affected by a lot of factors. So as a result, these students suffer from those. So a combination of what happened to the pandemic, adjustment at home, problems at home. So their problems really, when I categorize it, result with siya of their family factors. Because they are children, they have families, they have parents.
So, that's good, ma'am, that meron tayong nafe-feel ng mga students na they are valued and
Heard.
yeah, and
Heard. They are heard, and everything they say in this room are confidential, and they are heard and valued, and they are seen as a person. Now, since those are the struggles that you usually encounter as a counselor, now, ma'am, what services do you offer, or what are the primary programs that you do for them to cope up with their problems?
We usually start with the heads. So it's a tool that we conduct where we can identify those are having problems, experience bullying, having troubles with the family, mga substance issues. So we can find from that tool. So after we conduct it, we call the students who are at risk. We can identify how we do it. So there are students who will be called right away because the problem really needs help right away. So we have a list of that. So that's one. That's where we start with our program. So if we can identify, we have a lot of numbers with having mental health issues, so we first conduct mental health symposium. We invite people aside from having interviews with them. So we also have call-ups. So aside from the heads, we have mga call-ups and referrals from teachers. So if teachers notice something else, so even if sa iyang heads, she's okay, but the teacher noticed something else, so they will be sent here to evaluate, to discuss with the students para ma-assess how we can help them better. So what else? Kani mismo, the center mismo, no? It gives the students avenue to be here, to have fun at the same time, to become, no? So we provide this center open to everybody. They come here, mag-sing along, play with chess, borrow a lot of things from here, para lang yun ma-feel nila that they are safe at the same time having fun. So yan na lang, very simple services, but I think it is really working with our school.
Yeah, that's good, ma'am, that
Amazing.
gumawa kayo ng space para saan nila may papakita yung nila, yung tunay na sarili. And for your next question, ma'am, is how do you help students who are struggling with academics or who have academic issues?
Okay. So in DepEd, we have this term we call SARDO, or students at risk of dropping out. If they are identified to be a SARDO, right away they will be sent to the office. And of course, the students will be asked what happened, because we cannot just judge the student right away. If the student is misbehaving, the student is not coming to class, not submitting, we cannot right away say lazy ang bata, because we don't know the factors behind. So once the interview transpired and then we understand na mga nagiging siya yung mga problems. So we call the parents also, discuss it with them. Ngayon, if we see that the students really cannot cope anymore in a regular class, then we offer the open high school program for them. Para dili lang yung drop out. We don't want students dropping out, because sayang, the year is very sayang for them not to continue. So we offer the Saturday classes in order for them to continue the year. If they wanted to go back to the regular class because they think they like it there more, we allow them. Basta we just have to let them stay for the year. So that's one, no? They will be referred to the office. The session will be here. Parents will be invited. And then after that, if they wanted to be in the open high school program, continue. And if they wanted to stay in the regular class, then we advise the parents to meet each subject teacher to discuss what can be done for the student to continue. So we don't wait for the student to drop out. If we notice na the attendance is now having problems na, coming to school, magkating class, patawag na siya para bigyan na dahil mga interventions.
That is a very amazing and helpful practices and a program for the school para sa mga students who has their own reasons and own backgrounds about themselves, about not being able to cope up and keep up with their academics, and actually a very good primary alternatives for their academics. And with your SARDO is the student at risk of dropping out, and it is a very nice practice that you have the open high for them to continue their academics without even dropping out, and that's a very nice alternative. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having us. Now, your last question is, what is your message to the people out there who are struggling mentally, and who are having a hard time keeping up and coping up with themselves, and who are hesitating to come up to a counselor and go to therapy? What's your message?
My message will be focused on the young ones, since that is my job. No? Let's break the stigma of thinking na when you go to a counselor, you are a problem or you have a problem. Anybody can talk to a counselor. Now, if you really are having problems, seek for help. Do not face the battle alone, because in reality, there are a lot of people who can really help. If you are in school, go to your counselor, talk to them. These are people who are trained to listen. This is our job, basically our job, to listen. We don't find it boring to listen to problems because we love it. We chose to be here. So don't hesitate to ask for help. So my message, very clear, always ask for help. Do not face your battles alone because help really is available. Life is precious. You are not sent here to fail. You are here to succeed. That's why always ask for help.